Yo, what's up, guys? I just wanted to talk about AMC. So, obviously, we are getting some damn good volume and some damn good price action here. So, we were pretty close, but, I'm not going to take any credit. But if you look at my last AMC video here, we talked about a potential breakout somewhere in this range here on February 12th, and that was my expectations, and obviously you can see that it did not happen, but I did talk about us being down in this potential of this $523 level. I don't know if it was 523 exactly, but you know what I mean. I was talking about us being somewhere in this range here by the time it got down here, and we ended up breaking out here a few weeks late, but what can you do? So, I mean, could we say that this is the breakout of this pattern? That's too tough for me to say. So I'm not really going to base it off of that too much because I don't know if I want to say we got to break out up into this range, but keep it in mind, $19 even. And also keep in mind there's a lot of people trapped up here that want to just get the fuck out, most likely. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult. I was looking at this chart and I noticed that we were getting some buyback here. I was looking at it the other day and I was like, wow, this thing is starting to look good. There wasn't quite enough volume in here. Well, actually, maybe there was. Yeah. So basically my thought on it, well, let me get my support and resistance here. My thought on it was to make an entry, which I don't know where I got that from, but maybe it was on the daily. Oh, yeah, okay. So my thought process, because I have these marked here, 1107 and 787, was to make an entry price if we got above this daily EMA and got an hourly close above. And that was around $8, and that's exactly what we did. So I actually got in around $8.21 or so, or whatever, and maybe it was $8, something like that. So my thought process was to run it up for a swing and sell around 1107. So whether or not I am going to, most likely, I mean, obviously it's at $11 now, so I got to wait and see how this reacts in the morning on open and throughout the day. But my original thought was to sell my shares at $11 or 1107 and then watch it and see how we do, and if we can get above this 1145 and get an hourly close above this purple trend line here, which I would say is around 1145. To be exact, it is 1132, but I'd probably, just to be safe, I'd say 1145 or 1151. An hourly close above, look for the big volume here, and then I would enter there, and I would probably just put my stop loss somewhere at like 1050 or 1044, something like that. So that would be my potential trade. I'm not saying that this is the safest thing. This is just what I'm doing here. I mean, I'm going to go where the money is, and that's just how I'm doing. So I did, as of right now, entered at this somewhere in the $8 range here, and I'm just going to put my stop loss at $7 and call it good. If it comes back down, it is what it is. So you can tell on the daily RSI, we did get a beautiful bounce here. I can't call it like a W or anything, so it's hard to say exactly what it's going to do, but you can see that we are going to get a daily MACD cross potentially tomorrow. We can take some fib retracements here. I'm probably going to just say I'm going to get rid of this here and that there because it's not too much of use to us. So fibs. Let me run some fibs here so we can kind of see some areas of profit taking. If anyone is interested in this, you can kind of look for some areas here. This is just to help out if anyone's trying to play this thing. I don't want anyone jumping in, just FOMOing in, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, where we got this close here was right above this 0.618, which was 898. So that is a very good support. And of course, if it did wick below, it could come down to 820, but I would expect that this 0.618 at 898 is probably going to hold. Now, of course, look at this This perfectly lines up with our purple Ichimoku cloud resistance, this red resistance as well as this purple resistance. It is perfectly at the 0.5 fib there. It's actually just a little bit under at 1109. So that's why I was talking about taking profits at the 1107 and then re-entering if we can find support with an hourly close and volume above 11, which we're obviously at right now, but who knows where it'll be when it opens. And then above that, you have the 0.382 at 1330, which is another area of potential. If you are day trading or anything like that, you could sell at this 1330, and if it in fact wicks above, of course it can run above a little bit and then come back down, and you want to see if it's going to catch support. If it catches support and gets an hourly close above it with volume, then you enter again somewhere around this level and run it up to your next level, so on and so forth. So this is kind of my idea. Or, in fact, if you just wanted to go for a long trade, you could just long it somewhere up in this area with an hourly close above this 11. Like I said, I'm still sticking to my 1140, and you could just, every time it gets above these fibs, put a stop loss below your fib or move your stop loss to break even. Once you get above this level here of 1330, move your stop loss to break even. And then once it gets up here, if it gets up here, I'm not saying it will, but you never know. If it gets up here, maybe move your stop loss up again to maybe $12 and see what happens, so on and so forth. So that's kind of my ideas for this thing. We're going to see how it goes. But like I said, I'm in at $8, and I'm probably just going to average up a little bit depending on how everything goes. So that's kind of where I'm at with this one. If you are trapped in here, this is your chance to get out. If we do, in fact, run up here, don't get greedy. If you run up here and you happen to get to this $19 range, or you happen to get to some profits or even break even, maybe take a screenshot of these levels here and say you have an average of 1330. Don't get greedy and say, it's going to 20. Maybe you should just set your sell order at your break-even price, let it fucking hit it and sell, and look at these levels for support. And if you want to make another play on it, you could potentially buy from one of these levels and set your stop loss below, and that's that. Not by a penny, but obviously, by like 20 or 40 cents, just to be safe, and that's not even a big deal if you lose. But that's totally up to you. Like I said, not financial advice. Do whatever you want. But I just wanted to put that idea out there for anyone that, if you're still holding with them diamond hands. Of course, if we were to break this 2029 level and we back tested it and got an hourly close above this level, that would be another long. And then you would put your stop loss below, whether it's $1 below, whatever your risk to reward is. And you can actually run this up into potentially blue sky breakouts there. Blue sky breakouts doesn't mean $500. I know everyone's wondering if it's going to hit $500, or not everyone, but you know what I mean. Some people here. So, not here, but I've been seeing it anyway. So if we wanted to look at the potential of where and how high this thing could go. Of course, this isn't going to be magic. It's not going to tell us where it's going to go, but it is, in fact, going to tell us potential support and resistances above. So let's take a quick look, so that if, in fact, this was, because you never know, if, in fact, this was to break above that all-time high, these are some levels above. If you want to take a picture of that, feel free to. Of course, you have levels up in these ranges That does not mean that it has to go there or it will go there. So it's better to go in with a plan than to get wrecked. That's all I have to say about this. And this isn't like a FOMO video. This isn't something to hype everyone up saying that it's going up here, because I have no idea where it's going. I really don't. That's why I'm just buying fibs, selling fibs. But I just wanted to put this out there in case any of this happens. Everyone, once you see it get above the old all-time high, if it gets above it, I shouldn't say once you see it. If, in fact, it was able to, which I don't know if it will, was to get above this 2022 with an hourly close above, you're not just thinking, oh my God, it's going to 500. I'll put my sell at 500. These will be your next levels up. 24.55, 27.23, 29.23. I mean 29.39, 31.56, which is the 0.618, which is going to be a very big targeted area, and so on and so forth. If you want to take a screenshot of that, go right ahead, because that's going to be helpful if, in fact, it was able to do something big. Obviously, we are overextended on the hourly. We're way up here. In the past here, we stayed up here for quite a while. We did dip quite a few times, though. And this was one dip already here. And we came up here, ran up. Actually, that's not even helpful. It was right here. Right here, we ran up. We dropped. Corrected. Well, that was kind of it, huh? There wasn't much to it. So we'll have to see what happens, guys, because as you can see, last time we got to that old all-time high there, we were up in this range right here. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. I'm not saying that this thing's done, but I do want to talk about where we are already. And this is probably something good to keep in mind. So that's where we are. So that being said, we have a little bit more room. We could come up on RSI. We're going to have to see where it takes us. But, on the 4-hour RSI, where did we come to? We came to here. So if we look here, if we are, in fact, going to double top, or we're going to do something like this, and we dip and then head up, this is where you could get to, potentially, if it wants to. So you're going to hit levels on the way up. So hopefully, did I do a fib? I can't remember if I did a fib or not. I'm sorry. So I'm going to just throw it back there just in case I didn't put it there, or if I did. So you can take a screenshot of that if you'd like, so that you can keep that in mind of this fib retracement level here. And just keep these numbers in mind of where everything could happen. So that's about it.